Good morning, everyone. We will now begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama to protect and bless us as we participate today in the construction of paradise on earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku Prayer, please stand. Taka amahara ni kamsumasu, kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite, sumemi oya kamuri zanagi no mikoto, tsukushi no hibuka no tashi hana no, ototo amagi harani kisogi harai tamo utoki ni narimaseru. Harai dono o kamitachi moro moro no maga goto tsumi kegare o harai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshio Amatsu kami kunitsu kami aoyorozu no kami tachi tomo ni Ame no fuchi koma no mimi nuri tatete kikoshi meseto kashikomi mo maosu Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie mi oyanushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie mi oyanushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Kum nagara damachi haemase. Kum nagara damachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
God and Meishu-sama bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Self-reflection. Noble and low are those who feel no shame in quarreling or engaging in conflict with others. People who are arrogant and dare to act against divine law often find tide against them at the very last moment. Humble is the person who is always aware that God's power is perfect, while human power at its best is limited. New members are usually deeply impressed by the divine blessings and miracles they experience. Thereafter, if they practice their faith earnestly and sincerely and have the right attitude, they will continue receiving abundant blessings, will be loved and respected by others, and will see their lives greatly improved. Naturally, they should become increasingly grateful for these divine blessings and endeavor to live virtuously, expressing their gratitude to God by doing their best to give of themselves in service. Unfortunately, with the passage of time, human weakness can sometimes cause people to take the divine blessings for granted, to become arrogant and egotistical, and, as a result, to drop their guard. Evil spirits are always watching for opportunities, can enter, take over, and direct them as they please. How dangerous this is. There isn't a standard by which a person can tell if he or she is safe from such attack. It is the degree to which that person is selfishly motivated. If our first concern is to serve God and the welfare of humanity, and we are working single mindedly with no thought of self interest, then negative forces can do nothing to harm us.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters. Fifth experience I would like to share with you today is from Amanso Salles. It's from Teresina, Piauí, Brazil. Amanso is 70 years old. In 2017, he started to suffer from depression, cried a lot, and felt useless and alone, even though he was surrounded by loved ones. He even sought medical help and started taking antidepressants, but he didn't continue his medication. In early March 2020, he asked his daughter, who is a member, for help because he didn't know what else to do. She suggested for him to attend our church for 30 days to receive Johrei. Initially, he showed some resistance as he had a different religious background. However, given the suffering he was in, he decided to accept his daughter's suggestion. They went together to the Johrei Center. There, when he received his first Johrei, he experienced an amazing peace that he hadn't experienced in a long time. He was assisted by the minister, who recommended that he should receive 5 Johrei daily for 30 consecutive days. He followed the guidance and noticed considerable improvements. He no longer felt like crying and was happier in a better mood. However, after a few weeks, the church was closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, he could not attend the Johrei Center in person. From time to time, he watched our online services and received Johrei when he went to his daughter's house, which happened sporadically. Thus, in September, he was again overcome by great sadness and compulsively began to cry again. At this point, the Johrei Center partially returned to function, and motivated by the great improvement obtained when receiving Johrei, he decided to return to attend it. He began to receive Johrei almost daily, and right after the first week, he was very happy and without his crying spells. Witnessing again the power of Johrei, he was inspired to learn how to channel it. He took the membership course, and in November 2020, he was blessed to receive the sacred focal point, Ohikari. He started dedicating the church on Mondays, where he does the Mitamamigaki, which is the dedication to cleaning our surroundings as a soul policy, and to channel and receive Johrei. Amos is now 100% recovered from depression. He doesn't take any medications and feels grateful and happy with his life. His commitment is to serve the divine work, channeling the most Johrei he can, so that many people can become happy through the divine light. He's very thankful to God, Meishu-sama, his ancestors, and especially his daughter, who guided and took care of him with all her love. Nice experience from Amanso of Teresina, Piauí. And another experience I want to share with you. This one is from Adelaide Souza from the Cabo Longo Johrei Center in Luanda, Angola. Adelaide is a Johrei member and she gives service as an assistant missionary. Faith experience that she would like to share with us is related to the practice of enshrinement of ancestors, Sorei Saishi, and special donations of gratitude. About 3 months ago, she requested the enshrinement of her grandfather. 2 days later, she had a dream in which he warned her not to eat anything that a neighbor gave her, because whatever was given by the neighbor had bad intentions. He also said that he left for the spiritual realm by eating poisoned sardines that it had offered to him. When she woke up, she was grateful for the warning received. On the day of her dedication in the Johrei Center's altar room, she decided to fill out the ancestors' prayer form, and towards the end, she felt like including the names of the spirits of the 6 abortions she made. But in the prayer form, there was only space for 5 names. So she filled in the 5 names, leaving one out. She apologized, saying that she would fill another prayer form next time. Then she felt a deep emptiness within her. After 2 days, she started to purify with a lot of pain in her body, in her head. It felt very cold to the point of going to the hospital for an appointment, being diagnosed of having malaria and urinary tract infections. Then at home, she called a member who gives regular assistance to Adelaide. This member guided her that her problem was spiritual, that the medical science would not be able to solve it. The member looked at her somewhat in a strange way, and as in a trance, she said, Adelaide, you don't need to go to the hospital. You don't have malaria. We are your children that you never took care of. We are preventing your life from progressing. No, nothing will work for you because you forgot us. The spirits asked Adelaide to make a special donation for the church construction and spiritual elevation for all the abortions made. On the same day, she went to the Johrei Center to materialize her donations. After this practice, surprisingly, everything ill she felt passed. As an expression of gratitude, she has been involved in assisting a certain number of families and diligently following the guidance from the ministers. She decided to seriously commit in praying for the aborted spirits regularly, as well as to her other ancestors. She now gives assistance to 2 homes encompassing a total of 10 people. In one of these homes, the mother, while still a non-member, was inspired to give service, such as having committed hours at the Johrei Center and receiving Johrei regularly. This non-member also felt encouraged to visit the places of greater light, such as their headquarters and future sacred ground site. She joined the visits to visiting the homes of members, and she even joined the choir group of her region. Her daughters have also been inspired to participate in the monthly services and join in missionary-related activities. Adelaide's brother is also doing his best in giving service, even being a non-member yet. Adelaide learned about the importance of enshrining our ancestors through the Sodei Saishi, and it is very important for the elevation of our ancestors, and that many of them are in a great hurry for their salvation. She also commits to continue to engage in our basic practices of faith and to emphasize and to empathize with other people's pain and suffering. She's very thankful to the Supreme God, Messiah, Meishu-sama, and her ancestors for the permission to be introduced to and to serve in this wonderful work of salvation. That was from Adelaide of the Cabo Longo Johrei Center in Luanda, Angola. Thank you very much for attending this service, for listening to these faith experiences, and I wish you a very wonderful day. Thank you very much.
This brings to a conclusion of our morning service. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and have a blessed day.